Okay, hello. Sorry about that, guys. But everything should be working just fine now. And let's get straight to the stream. This isn't gonna be kind of... I literally just got a random free moment. And screw it, we're gonna do a little bit of this chapter. Cause why not? Sounds fun. Alrighty. The lake. When I look into its waters, I see my simmering reflection. Maybe I'm just as refracted and twisted like the reflection in the water. It doesn't matter which lake we're on. I always look so warped, so unstable. I happened upon Ismail's musings around the time we were on our way to the elusive Lobotomy Corp branch of the Great Lake. It had been a while since our last disastrous incident. Maybe my distorted reflections were just me. Wonder if she's talking about what specifically she's talking about here, because that could also be in reference to like IDs. Interesting. Even from a distance, it was evident that Isma was gazing down at her own reflection in the water. I rested my wandering feet. I decided to watch her for a moment. I wanted to see what Isma was looking at, together. My hands were peeling, bleeding. Salt water seeped in my gaping wounds. It hurt so much, so much I thought I might faint if I didn't let go. But I couldn't. What was I holding on to? This is very interesting. Executive Manager, there's a matter that requires your attention. We are approaching our next coordinates. Alright, we're getting close to the place then. Oh, okay. I'll go see, too. Ismail woke from her introspection and straightened herself. She strode towards us. What's up ahead? The radar's caught something. We have visual on a solitary sip. And it looks like we have 3 hours to kill before we're allowed to move on to the next lake. Unless the executive manager would authorize us to weather the waves once more. No, Otis. The losses were worse than I anticipated. And remember what Ismail said. We were extremely lucky the waves that came for us was a relatively manageable one. Yes, executive manager. Thanks to Otis, too quickly abandoned the idea. The sinners and I could observe this new vessel with somewhat lighter hearts. Ah, what a relief. That doesn't look like a pirate ship. That's... Oh! Hello, that is a mini cruise ship over yonder. A veritable party ship. A vessel of partying. Interesting. There actually don't look like there are any people on board the ship. Even from the distance, I can see the colorful balloons and banners decorating the ship. I love to party! None shall be vexed, none shall matter how I frolic at a party. Not will pay mind how I leap and run and shout in there. What joy, is it not? Virgie, go easy on the girl, why don't ya? But, I'm sure they sell local delicacies there too. Liquor, treats not found anywhere else in the city. Rodney and Don Quixote both shot twinkling glances in my direction, then at Virgilus, then back to me. Virgilus shrugged. Whatever we decided to do here was none of his business. Well, maybe they can tell us something about the nearby Lobotomy Corp branch, or maybe they know something about the LCCB agents? Sure, yeah, I guess it's possible. Don Quixote was rhythmically swaying her shoulders. Maybe she's trying to imitate the Marlin dance she glimpsed back at the club? That's adorable. Yo! Allow me to ask thee and thy fine company a few questions! The faint blaring music was the only response from the ship. Maybe they can't hear us over the music. Boy, music these days, they're just too loud for me. God, Gregor's turning into such a grandfather. I guess it's a dad. It'll be faster if we just head over there and ask them in person. I guess we can quickly stop by and ask them a few questions. We had 3 hours to kill anyways. Might as well make ourselves useful and collect some intel. Ismail shot a glance at Virgilus before staring at the floor wordlessly. I'd say it's a reckless idea to just row up to a random vessel we don't know anything about, like its owner or its history, but if executive manager insists... Sir, let's stop by. Yeah, this is very dumb. Now that's a very Otis thing to say, isn't it? Yeah, I guess. It's just the attitude I decided to adopt. Now, this boat will come in useful. Will this boat not capsize? Oh, on the skiff now, I see. Should I pack some life vests or a buoy? By the time all 13 of us squeezed our way in, the skiff was absolutely packed and precariously swaying. Some sinners' faces darkened with concern. Don't worry, guys. Even if you all drown, I'll bring you guys right back. All right as rain. Yeah, it's not exactly the most encouraging thing anyone's ever said. Just kidding. Right, then, drink responsibly, everyone. In a manner that was extremely out of character, Virgilus waved at us. Does he know something that we don't? Yeah, that's weird. This whole thing just seems like probably this is just where we're going to meet the middle IDs. We'll see. And by meet the middle IDs, I of course mean get into combat. Alright. Cruise party number 2. Same as the previous one. Except it's slightly different, of course. That deck. Wait, but I'm also make use of lungs to so powerful that they will have no recourse but to heat us. Hark! Set it! You'll burst my eardrums. By the way, is it okay for us to just barge into a yacht party like this? Yeah, you'd think they'd just like kill us. Don't they have security? We don't have the invitation or anything like it either. Puff out your chest, Craig. The more the merrier, right? They'll understand. I couldn't care less about a party. We're here to gather intel. Waste any more time and I'm leaving you behind. We only have one boat, Ismail. You can't, physically. Wow, this place really is fancy. Numerous liquor bottles and half-eaten food were strewn about haphazardly all over the deck. It appears that this party must have ended very recently and abruptly. Ah! I spy a light shining from the ship's interiors, as they go swiftly like the wind and verify its sources. Don Quixote, running on sheer excitement for a party, scuttled to the cabins. That's one loudmouth gone. Then Heathcliff slammed his fist into the loudspeaker that's been blaring music this entire time. Blimey. That's a relief. Thought my eardrums were about to burst. I'm surprised he doesn't like loud music. That sounds like the kind of thing he'd be into. Loud music, I'm gonna... Oh no, my volume should be fine. Weird then, this is unusual. Alright. I decided to remain silent. The music was pretty loud. It's awful quiet here now that the music's gone. Oh, this reminds me of a similar story my nan used to tell me. It's an old story, but... Don Quixote returns with a dumbfounded expression on her face. There was not... What was not? Food? Drinks? Both? There was no one. Yet, the lights were left on, with nary a soul to be seen inside. Ridiculous. It's clear that mere moments ago, a large group of people were having a party on the deck. How could there be no one aboard? But for truth, mayhaps they're busying themselves with a game of hide-and-seek? I doubt that's the case. Yeah, that sounds city to do. Can't imagine the crowd that left all these liquor bottles around to be the kind that enjoys playing hide-and-seek like kids at a party. So what, they just in a thin air? Like they were... Wait, did the waves already... There is one remaining possibility. The ship's storage space. Are you saying that these party people left all this uneaten food and liquor behind just to hide on a cramped storage room? I mean, it's theoretically something that somebody wants to do. See the specifics as to why they possible. Oh, I remember now. Just like this. Sent out an invitation for a grand party, but when the guests arrived, they found the manor vacant and engulfed in deathly silence. How is the music going again? I smashed the radio, lad. The ship was struck by the waves. We have to get out of here now. And noises coming from behind a door slightly there to investigate. And there they were. Arms stretched forward, hopping up and down. They were so cute. In search of the ship's storage. So apparently, the art of dancing is great quantity. Oh, that damn sc- I thought that was actually going somewhere. Yeah, anti-glass. I had thought of the conference that this would be a tale of the living dead. Me too. Now what do you do that for? You scared the kid off. Where'd he go? I'll go find Sinclair. Someone's got to track down this guy. Alright. Alright, we're getting into our first combat level. It's pretty dark in here. The hallway to the storage was significantly narrower than the party deck. I had nothing but faint, occasionally flashing lights to guide me through the dark hallway. I decided to proceed carefully. Seriously, this place is way creepier than wherever Hongwu is going with his story. Sinclair? You there? I wasn't sure where these water droplets were falling from, but they're really getting on my nerves. I don't see anything in here, not that I could in this dark, even if there were. Always use a faint ray of light and... Oh, there's Sinclair. Sinclair? And Sinclair. It seemed to me that he's been standing here for a good while. Exactly how long, I wasn't sure. Sinclair stood there, still like death. He looked up. What are you looking at? Now that I'm in there, I noticed something funny about the ray of light. It seemed to I saw it was from a lamp or something, but no, it was just there, surrounding the general area where Sinclair stood. There was no light source. So the light shining in from the outside, maybe? No, that didn't make sense either. We were deep in the ship's storage. It's a big metal box with no opening for even a single strand of natural light. Besides, it's nighttime. It's getting more and more bizarre by the second. Where is this light coming from? Sinclair, we gotta get out of here. Run now! Come on! Fear of the unknown intensifies. I saw deified every bit of common sense I had accumulated over the journey. I had to get Sinclair out of there. I snatched and tugged on his limp wrist. Come on, wake up! It seemed to have done the trick. Sinclair suddenly bolted back to reality and began screaming. He bolted out of the room. The ones who lost the plot! What in the bloody... Heathcliff talks kind of like how I do. That's neat. There was a person floating in the air, part of floating somewhere, someone was up in the air, suspended in the air! Okay, now I'm actually creeped out. That can't be a person. Then that was... What, you think we have enough time for elixir? Prepare for battle. But I guess we really have no time. We're going straight into battle. We seem to be doing pretty well against these guys. All things considered. Yeah, this doesn't look bad at all. Yep. Didn't stagger any, but that's fine. We will triumph in the end. It seems like we're staggering quite a few of them now. Taking some damage back, but oh no, not even there. Perfectly fine. Yo, no, yeah, we got this. Provided things are underway. I don't know. It looks like the second wave is exactly the same as the first wave. Some amount of. I think we should have much of a problem at all. Yeah, that fight wasn't anything at all. Kind of a disappointment. Although I have heard that there's at least one really tough level of this Canto. So I'm sure that'll be interesting. Cruise Party 4, okay. 22 minutes so far. I think I'll probably end up having to spend an E-box then, just to keep things going. Oh yeah, I forgot that he still such of a negative advantage of C being Isna, of course. Damn if can with a proper turn a lot of these enemies. Bad now, that's still bit annoying. Like I explained half a 씹는 맛이 있는데? 금방의 싸움은 우수했어. Out of using any Iron Mania is a pretty good one. Hot damn, though. So good. Alright. These guys are really nothing of an idea here. Unfortunate, I was really hoping to be like very dangerous. But so far we really haven't had any solid challenge. I even think that maybe I'm going to want to just bring in 4 IDs for these battles. Because, you know, to make sure someone, because like look at that. Look at that damage. It's not even fair to the enemies. We can like number them. Oh, that damage. Okay, yeah. So they were mermaids? Yeah, whoever sailed the ship, they were probably too distracted by the party to realize that they broke a law of the lake. So they ended up getting devoured by the whale. And his deserted ship is the aftermath. Even if we stick to every single law of the lake, depending on the type of its waves, getting too close to a ship that broke the law could get us swept up in the aftermath. Jesus. Also, wait. What the hell is that in the background? I just noticed that there is something behind Ismail. What the hell is behind Ismail? What is that? Anyways, that definitely wasn't there when we got here. There's something is behind her. Their single lapse in judgment led to this chilling catastrophe. I remembered Ismail looking into the lake, muttering to herself. I also remember the rough, biting words he threw at us. Oh my god. This was the reality of the Great Lake that Ismail survived before joining us. Wait, it's fishing for us. Jeez, like it's got... Like, those are like hooks dangling from it, I think. Ugh. Jeez, that's gross. A place where even the smallest mistake could mean total annihilation. A place where one must struggle endlessly to survive the terrible unknown. So this was the kind of path Ismail sailed before joining us. If only I'd known, then maybe I would have been more understanding of her. Yeah, if only. Jeez, dude. I do kind of see where Ismail was coming from with this. This place is really dangerous. Keep going back to my quarrel with Ismail back at the boatworks. I can't stop thinking about it. We have dispatched the mermaids that descended on this deck, but lingering any longer may draw the rest of them to us. This party is over. Let's return to our ship. We left the cruise ship as fast as we could, after an indeterminate amount of time, so we didn't find anything. I made the wrong call. I shouldn't have made such a rash decision. We still alive. And that was that. Ismail didn't say more. It is fortunate, however, that we procured ourselves some rest, and the radar's caught something. It's large. That is very close to the center of the coordinates. Then that dot on the radar has to be Lobotomy Corp 1. I'm going out for some. Ismail slowly returned to the spot by the ship's railings where she stood muttering to herself. For a moment I wondered if I should follow her like I did earlier, but maybe she wanted some time to think alone about things. I decided to leave her be. Buried feelings for them. I have a mission that I must see through to the end. My one and only mission. I've sharpened my harpoon for that singular moment. I have to be colder, harsher. I have a mission that I can't... Is Ismail. So weird. It seems like she's crazy, just like everybody else. Anything even dares to stand in my way, ow. I don't really get what the light was coming from, though. Like, what was up with that? Maybe those lights around and under the ship were what was doing it. It didn't feel like that was any connection to the actual thing. Alright, it's another story mission up next. Depending on how long we spend in the story mission, we might be able to regenerate enough energy to get one more level without having to do anything. In the meantime, let me do my 10. Ooh! Oh, really stream really so much. Yes, they're on. It's a new Dawn channel. Really. There we go. Who'd twice as much? Wacky idea. I think it's a good one. Or if not a good one, just an idea. What if I were... Okay, I'm actually not sure if it would even be possible to level up enough guys. Time, probably not today. But I am thinking here that I think it would be pretty funny. Who was the other one to get it? It was Ryusu, right. If I were to build a this season only team of IDs. So just the middles and the LCCB and Twin Hooks. But okay, that was super worth it. Our destination, the Lobotomy Corp branch of U-Corp. You think they're still there, the survivors pilot mentioned? Unless aught has transpired since then, we still have time aplenty. As Sinclair and Yisong shared their thoughts, the large structure loomed ever closer, out of the mist and into our line of sight. Oh, creepy. Every sinner, save for Ryosu, froze. Also, wait. I hope they didn't go back to it again because I didn't really look at it. That's the Lobotomy Corp branch? We are as close as physically possible to be to the center of the area delineated by the coordinates. The structure's size and appearance match the intel we received as well. The sight was enough to set everyone up. To hope that there may be survivors in the structure was too optimistic a notion for what appeared before us. I observed the Lobotomy Corp logo between the white materials. So that's really... Okay, good, we do get to look at it again. What is this thing? There's some kind of tentacles all around its background. But other than that, it looks more like an oil rig than like a traditional Enkephalin-based set. How does this thing move if it's got variable coordinates? It doesn't look like any motion. Are those smokestacks or are those just things sticking up? Because I think these buildings aren't polluting. So I don't know why I would have those. Fascinating. We've never really seen, like, the entirety of a branch office from the outside before. The smeared logo of a Lobotomy Corp branch glistened amidst the mounds of pallid, blasphemous white. That was the undeniable reality we found ourselves in. What the hell happened there? Pilot said the last thing was that the Twin Hook pirate said before leaving this place was... The calamity is coming, wasn't it? This sight summons to my mind memories from the earlier days of this company. The manner in which the organic tissues are plastered over the walls is quite reminiscent of that experience. Yeah, back at the D-Corp branch, right? We hope there's no poison gas trap or anything like that in here. At D-Corp there was a traitor in our midst. Thus, it would be a false equivalency to use this mission. Right, yeah, sir, Mersalt, like we trust every single person here. Yeah, I don't think it'll be much better here, if not worse. Then Pilot's team is already... We should consider them lucky if they haven't been turned into mermaids. The calamity was... Sorry guys. The calamity mentioned by the Lobotomy Corp brand transformed this place into something uncanny. Grotesque, the total obliteration of whatever happened here. But destruction isn't the only kind of calamity and 5 calamities. It was Herdsy! What are you talking about? What happened to the What do you mean? I meant this. You'll find out soon enough. Shut up! It won't matter how careful you are. The Great Lake, the calamities will always find you. The laws of the Great Lake don't apply to them. Make it impossible to get their path. And now is the time to row your way into the ruins the calamity left behind. Take the skiff to Lobotomy Corp branch. It's on the lake adjacent to this one. And we just take our boat to the Lobotomy Corp branch. Why do we have to take the skiff? I don't like the skiff. Oh, I keep my distance in watching from this way. I got that. I'm sorry. Sorry, that really not good. Just in case of an emergency. Isn't that exactly why he's coming with us? Who knows what the guide bud's thinking, eh? After a quick tinkering from Faust, the skiff tied to the end of Mephistopheles began its slow descent. It's the same skiff we used to get into the cruise ship. We're getting a lot of use out of this boat. I still don't trust this dinghy. It's too small. The small engine on the skiff revved gently, and our sputtering journey to the Lobotomy Corp branch began. Well, it's usually this foggy. The lake earlier is pretty misty, too. We must remain vigilant. Fogged up horizons are climate quite ripe for an ambush. Forsooth, this is the #1 rule of adventuring tales. There's a growing sense of trepidation. Abandoned Lobotomy Corp drilling ship. Excusez-moi. Drilling ship. Okay, I've repeated that enough times, but that is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Because there is literally only one possible thing that they could be drilling for. Cognito. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that's under the ground. What are they doing here? Like, I thought 100% of Cognito had to be filtered through the well. What are they drilling? Why are they drilling? There's a growing sense of trepidation among the sinners as we climb the rain-enveloped stairs leading up to the Lobotomy Corp branch. Hey Dante, can you sense it? The golden bow? Not yet. You sure about that? Rhodia was visibly disappointed. Maybe she was half hoping that I'd tell her that the golden bow wasn't here, so we should turn around and head right back to the Mephistopheles. I know I'm the worrywart of the team whenever we gotta check out places like this, but I have a real bad feeling about this, guys. The closer we got to the entrance, the more reluctant the Sinner's gates became, as though they were growing increasingly wary that some unseen enemy could ambush them at any second. What's the holdup? Aren't you coming? Don't you feel it? This dread. I thought it would affect you most. You're the one who spent years on the lake, after all. So, that's what's stopping you? It's, Wait by the entrance if you're not going. What do you expect, mate? I've given up talking Sentinel a while ago. I thought she'd gotten a bit more cooperative as of late. Guess I was wrong. Well, we do have to go. Ismail appeared to be the only sinner uninterested in the Golden Bow. The Golden Bow, the unfathomable bone-chilling horrors of the lake. I was starting to believe that she considered it all of that nothing but obstacles between her and her mission. Where might this pale mucus membrane be covering the entirety of the structure? Some kind of mold, maybe? IF. To identify it as fungi would require to exhibit characteristics unlike the ones we can observe here. I agree. They don't appear to be fungi. In fact, wait. Hold everyone's thinking. There's an LCB agent stuck in the wall back there. In fact, they appear to be made out of organic, living flesh tissue. See the blood vessels here. They've grown into random shapes without purpose or intent. Ridiculous. I'm surrounded by IF. What do you mean? Our reliance on the chaos of existence cannot create patterns such as these. Look at the big picture, fool. Gazing upon the big picture, when you see a pointless disruption that does not but waste our vigor. God, these art people, man. I don't understand them. I don't get what they're talking about right now. It's something, but me. You do not intend to stall, no? See thither. Ismail already walks at a distance far away from us. Yep, we did indeed manage to accumulate exactly enough energy to make it one more stage. The Whaler 525. Okay, for the moment, I think I might go for, just maybe even just 4 people. Just the girls only team. Don Quixote had stopped dead in her tracks. He was looking blankly at a section of the wall. See anything interesting, kiddo? Here, in the wall. Huh? There is a person in this wall. Maybe it's a sculptor? If there was anyone capable of sculpting something so true to life as this, I'll drop everything and plead the artist to take me in as their student. See, really is an artist. No, I think the for? Hark! Heed my words! Why the heck would you talk to it? He's just talking into the wall. Behold, this man is alive! Oh, this is the worst, the absolute worst. It's making me real queasy. Hark, my friends! This man is alive! We must free him from his bond post-haste! If I wanted to, it looks like it's a bit late for him. Total disassembly is the only way I see it ever getting out of here. Heh. What? Well, by now we should be getting used to these failures. The body is firmly lodged in the walls. No ordinary human strength could separate his body from it. With superhuman strength, you risk tearing the body to several parts. What if we were to, like, cut off the membrane from the wall? Oh, hello, Lily Aquino. How you doing? How's it going? Nice to see ya. Fie, that is an evil that cannot go unanswered. It's going quite well for me, thank you. Just finally back from my Thanksgiving break, so I'm getting caught up on Olympus Company. Impressive. There's no sign of anyone forcing it into the... No, impressive. There's no sign of anyone forcing it into the walls. This is quite a natural exhibition, as though this was conceived from the very beginning. Glad to hear that, I'm good. Glad to hear that too. I thought it would be different this time. We made a promise, gave our word. How's your stream going? It's going pretty well so far. Just a random little stream because I happen to have an hour off. One of my classes got cancelled, so figured I'd just pop in and stream for a little bit. Unlike the other sinners, Ismail didn't even spare a glance to those who were trapped inside the walls. Manager, staring at them, would magically summon the golden bow to your palms. Say something so we can get a move on. I guess there's nothing we can do for them. Still. And I've said repeatedly that I don't want to waste time. It smells sus. Oh nice, and how often do you stream a week? I try to stream twice a week. For a little while I was streaming less than that, but I think I'm getting back into that pattern as of now. You don't have to worry about the laws of the lake here, so why don't we make this a more leisurely... Sir, look around all you want, but you won't find any survivors here. A testament against thy claim is right here! Yeah, Ismail, you're just blatantly wrong. The person is alive. The fact we can't cut him out of the wall doesn't mean he isn't still around. Those things aren't really alive. They're only pretending to be. Yet... I recognize these. They're ruin left behind by the Thing. The Thing from that movie about the shapeshifter that attacks the Arctic? That's an interesting crossover. The Thing that leaves nothing unchanged in its wake. It could swallow the world in the blink of an eye, but also spews it back out just as quickly. And what it spews out never comes back right. By the way, I noticed your motto. It's looking pretty good. Did you make that by yourself? I didn't design it fully by myself. I made the original plan and then made friends with a guy who did like the rigging and made a few adjustments for me. And then I did and then I changed the colors around and stuff like that. So I think I did about half the work overall. And I'm pretty happy with how it came out so far. Isn't it funny, if it's going to spew out anyways, what's the point of devouring it in the first place? I don't understand. Why does it try to devour everything it comes across? Are you talking about that same whale you mentioned before? In no tales of adventure have I heard one mention of such a terrifying whale. Is it truly a whale? I mean, probably. Then why didn't you listen when I told all of you that we weren't ready? Alright. Did you thought about getting one custom VTuber model? I've considered it, yeah, if the price is right. And at least we could have been in the right headspace for the lake. But no. So you're saying that the whale you met devoured this building? Yes. How can you be sure of that? Because this pale ruin is what the whale leaves behind. Everything turns pallid like this building. What it made of... I have visual on a suspicious individual. Maybe it's an abnormality? We're an Lobotomy Corp branch after all. Yeah, let's just say that that's what it is and chop it down. Wait a minute. That might be a survivor. Oh, didn't you say there wouldn't be any survivors left here? Which is it? I did, and that's why it's so incredible. Hey! Ismail, you're sitting getting too close to. Ismail strides towards the figure. Maybe she's being mind-controlled by an abnormality? No such signs have been detected. There's nothing out of the ordinary in her eyes. Huh. Yeah, that's definitely an agent, alright. It's got our logo on it. Got an eye and a mouth exposed. Really, it seems like most of the damage is on the seal, and so we can just pry that off of him, give him a bath in the lake, we might be able to save this one. The closer Ismail gets, the more of its figure is taken off by the pallid. You want I can make it for you. Actually, I'm a commission-based digital artist. You want I can make your VTuber model around in the budget? Sir, you can send me, like, whatever your prices are and what you've done so far. I definitely take a look at that. Got about, like, a budget saved up in case I see something that looks particularly good. The voice grows increasingly incoherent. Yeah, I guess there's probably not going to be any saving this guy. That looks very suboptimal for your health, dude. We're not going to be able to pry that off. That's impossible. Just now, it was talking like a human. Ismail. You saw it too, just now, Alright, so can you just drop your Discord here? My Discord, I believe, should be, yep, my Discord, I have a server, which is linked in my bio, so if you just want to pop into there, you can definitely DM me straight from there. Just so I don't have to put tab out of the game, because that caused a lot of glitch. Then I'd show you my artwork. Yeah, makes sense. Ismail, you have to get away from... No, this can't be real. If what I've known my whole life about this place is about the Great Lake, she's experiencing heightened emotions. Damn it, Ismail! I could have asked one of the other sinners to stop her, but before I even realized what I was doing, I was running toward Ismail. I think it was guilt that pushed me to act. Guilt that I may have played a part in driving Ismail to this point. Dante, you mustn't! Oh. But guilt can sometimes help. The figure's face shifted again when I approached Ismail. The white membrane covering their face began to withdraw, as though an unseen force is peeling off the skin. Oh, yep, I see the friend request. Thank you very much. There we go. You can send me that then. The white membrane covering the... Oh yeah, I read that. The mouth didn't come back, but the eyes that looked at us were unmistakably human-shaped. They were blinking with effort. The membrane is gone? Yes, when you approached it, the damn white membrane, it faded. It appears the golden burrow is counteracting its effects. Faust approached us. Dante, it appears that this side of the golden burrow lodged in your clock is counteracting the inflection of this politification effect to a degree. The figure, whose mouth was still wrapped under a pallid membrane, blinks wearily, as though they could still understand what we were saying. Oh, yep, I see the DM. I'll definitely look at that after I finish the stream. Though they could understand what we were saying. Counteracting. Wait, so with a golden bow, a mermaid can turn back into a human? Is that what you're saying? Did I get that right, Faust? Well, that theory has not been properly cross-examined. Just tell me if it's possible. That was curt. I've never heard such intense desperation in her voice before. When you're free from the stream, then we'll discuss further over there. Sounds good. Heard such intense desperation in her voice before. Yes, although it may be limited to mermaids of whales that presumably devoured this structure. Ha, ha, ha. Manager, Dante, just what are you? Realizing there was something I could have done, the memories of that day, that nightmare I tried so hard to lock away. They're all coming back right before my eyes. I can see them vomited from the whale, sinking, floating in that briny sea, all of them. Ismail looked at me with a vacant expression. You hear it too, don't you? You hear how the waves roared that day. Ismail was right. Emotion of the past began flooding, roaring before me. Ismail. He stands alone in a sea of tall, rolling waves. I nodded carefully. Once I was a seafarer, a fixer, a sailor. I was something that awakened in that awkward middle ground, which we called whalers. Do you understand? Do you see them? You see the looks on the faces of those who dared to wager everything, and those who had nothing left to wager. You received my message? Yep, I saw it. I'll look at it after the stream. Whaling ships carry people like them across the waves. So, you've seen it yourself? The whale that devoured this place? The whales you've met so far transform those they devour into something completely different. There's something utterly unrecognizable from who they were before, by rearranging and replacing their whole body. But that whale is different. Those devoured by the pallid whale aren't transformed. They're still themselves, just wrapped in a pale membrane. Fascinating. Ha! I guess it's a stretch to say they're still themselves. Sometimes we sail our ship towards the outskirts. There we'd see those ships. Those false ships. The ships that have turned completely pallid. It's an old wisdom among whalers that those ships must be avoided at all costs, even if it meant going all the way around the lake they're in. Because those sailors consumed by that whale retain everything. Their habits, their skills, except they wander the lake only to attack everything they come across. Okay, so that pallid whale is an outskirts threat then. The captain of the Pequod, our ship, she had a mission to hunt the pallid whale with her own two hands. The entire time we sailed out on the Pequod, She sermonized her ears off about what a worthy, honorable mission it was to hunt the whale. It was annoying, and we knew she wasn't exactly all there, but no, maybe she just knew how to sink the rest of us into the depths of her insanity. Her mission soon became our very own. To hunt the pallid whale became our salvation, our destiny. That captain drove everyone on that ship mad. Oh my god, that's a monster. It's the only whale that's an actual whale. When we finally came to face that whale, the whale from which all hatred, all evils of the world spout, we were promptly crushed, devoured, reduced to a scattered pile of driftwood. When I came to, floating in the vast coldness of the sea, holding on to my dear life to a piece of driftwood, there was nothing left. Oh, thank you so much for the follow! And when I realized what I was holding on to wasn't a piece of driftwood, but that's when I can never forgive her. At certain point, this stopped being a conversation. Ismail's words grew increasingly aimless like a vortex of the sea, endlessly whirling in place. Now it was clear what Ismail's mission was, where the tip of her razor-sharp harpoon aimed. It was aimed at the captain that drove them all to damnation, an overwhelming tide of hatred that obsessively burned fiercely in her direction. I'm going to kill her with my own two hands. There was no room for reason or rationality to convince her otherwise. Yeah, I mean, she seems pretty crazy. It's not the most evil person, or not the least evil person we've killed so far. I suppose bringing up that I saw from Ismail's obsession. A glimpse of her old captain won't do anything to help her right now. Ismail, we don't even know if that captain is still alive. Ooh. I was desperately hanging on to my best mate's coffin. The coffin of someone with whom I'd shared everything. That's when I, through the tempest, saw the captain. I saw that fucker standing alone, facing down the whale as it devoured her ship, laughing mad. Her fiercely loyal crew was floating on the surface of the outskirts sea, powerless to do anything but wait until they too were devoured. But none of that mattered to her. That bastard is alive. She has to be alive still. She has to be. Ooh, she said the lines. She said her iconic thing you always see when she does her big attacks. I wonder if we're ever going to hear any of the other people say their things. So I have to find her. We have to. Not before we kill the captain. Ismail. I wanted to ask her which we she was referring to, but I was starting to think that nothing I say would improve anything if it didn't outright bring everything crashing down. That was when an imperceptibly light breeze broke through the silence. A solitary butterfly. Interesting. It moved with grace, tints of fragility, as though it did not fear the weight of this heavy silence. It took a moment to gently flutter onto the puddle. That is a butterfly. You think any ordinary butterfly would wander into a place like this? After a quick respite, the butterfly fluttered its wings and took off once again. It's like the butterfly is asking us to follow. Is it an abnormality? Finally, I was wondering when they'd show their ugly mugs. Does this place even have abnormalities? It's a drilling ship, it's not a branch office. It might be a trap, but we're lost. It's the only thing with any sense of direction we have at the moment. I am in agreement. I am also quite intrigued by the butterfly. Oh yeah, I forgot you're still here. What? Are you gonna do anything else, ECB agent? What do you think they are saying? I have been lending them my ear, yet none has yet to reach me. They are speaking in a certain pattern, though I am unable to decipher it. It is a code of sorts, a mix of sound frequencies and encryption patterns. Ah. Don Quixote was far at the back end of the line, looking back at the figure. I suppose it is true without Manager Esquire, there could be no resolution to thy predicament. When I walked away, the pallid membrane grew over the face again, burying it. But take him with us! Like, don't be a dick to him, save him. And it began to sample. Is it as Ismail said, where they now roam the Great Lake, attacking everyone and everything they come across? Not only their physical self, senses, but also their sense of self, forgotten under the deep under the pallid membrane. Oh crap! I just remembered. But I brought in way too few fighters for this because I thought it was going to be another easy fight. Hopefully the difficulty spike isn't too immense. Yeah, I brought in an undersized team. It's a two-wave fight. Okay, yeah, we're definitely underpowered. Let's see. Crap, boom. Come on. We gotta cut them. Yeah, we got nothing on these guys. Well, it's finally a difficult fight at least. Happy to see that. And we are, I forgot this isn't an abnormality fight, so we get stronger as it goes. I think this actually might be a rough equal challenge. Bench absolutely since we've had those. Also, I noticed all the indirect. Wonder what the translates to. Alright, it's a neutral hint. I think I'm gonna ego that. That's because the one class of someone who's an actual threat. The Odyssey had a purpose, you say, Otis. Sure it did. There we go. For 42. The second wave isn't work, but Ismail is definitely, I think, not doing her best here. This is getting a fight. We might genuinely end up losing here. We'll see. This is one of her. So there. That was just very from you. And then straight into having another hit, which gets another person triggered. Alright, seems like we do standard chance. That's that one dead. And they complete their attack animation on the other guy. Going. Well, now's a good time for harpoon attack. Damn, not even your harpoon was your Ismail. Come on, please target. I swear I hit it on the one that was actually like they were about to lose. Like, I only picked on the right one. Why did that happen? Well, nevertheless, so still. We're doing a lot better now. Alright. Ooh, bigger enemies that are stronger. Pallid white mermaids. Are any of these particularly good hits? I don't think so. Damn. This might actually I'm gonna do this. Oh, that's actually a myth though. Girls absolutely carrying right now. No, I actually picked up girls, but everyone that isn't Ismail was just crushing. There we go. Be everything out a lot more. Yeah, we got this. We got this. Nothing to worry about. That was properly intense. We have 200 damage dealt. Yeah. But I think that's at least the record for like damage at once. Alrighty. So, what do we go in for next? I think this is probably around when I should start preparing for my next class. I don't know. The next one is going to be a story mission, or is this a combat one? It is a combat one. I'm out of Kef one right now. But it's only 26 for a full recharge. And I mean, that's even less than just I would make from doing the battle. Plus, it would get me back all of the enkephalin that I need to do my missions later in the day. Let me think about this. Also, while I'm thinking, let me scroll through here. Not sure what the new word is, but we got one. And ice cream is the other new word. Let's see, how long have we been streaming? Hour 6. I think that's probably a good amount for today. I think I'll probably pick up a bit more of it tomorrow.